Okay, today we are going to be talking about, running errands. Running errands while you do it is perfect. We're going to be talking about 2B mindset, accessing the nutrition information, and also touching a bit on the 3-day refresh and the ultimate reset, which are things that we're going to be working on this month. So I'm going to share my screen. And again, if anyone tries to pop on while I'm doing this, like Mary Beth, can one of you guys send Mary Beth the information, please?
I just did.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'll give her 1 second to come on. So the fabulous thing, we have a lot more people getting involved in the nutrition programs right now, because when you buy any of our packs now, you get access to 2B mindset and ultimate portion fix. So I'm going to show you how to get into those, but 80% of the process is nutrition. We have so many people that get excited about workouts, and they're working out and they're like, I lost a little weight, I'm seeing some changes, but I'm not seeing the results I've been hoping for. And that's because they're not diving into nutrition. It's easy to say, I'm kind of doing this and I'm kind of eating healthy and I'm kind of trying to make changes. But if you're not really making those changes, if you're not tracking, you're not going to see the results and changes that you're hoping for. So tracking is number one for everything, even for workouts, to find out, like tracking your weights. If you're lifting weights, if you're not tracking how much you're lifting, you're not going to be making the same progress, because you got to lift heavier if you want to see the big changes. And a side note on that, a lot of women worry about bulking up when they lift heavy weights. 1 pound of muscle weighs the same as 1 pound of fat, but it's a lot smaller in size. So even if your scale doesn't change, if you're building muscle, your body is getting more compact and tight with that added muscle. So chances are you're not going to get bigger unless you're eating like way more food than you should. Then you'll bulk on both. But Mary Beth is coming and going again. So I'm going to share my screen. And come on here. So that's small. So if you go to Beachbody on Demand, click on programs, log in. You're going to see all sorts of amazing stuff. A new thing that's been added is actually relaxation and meditation, which everybody needs more of. I need more of. So I love that new tab. But if you scroll down, you'll come to the Nutrition Center. And this is where you'll find a ton of fabulous information. The introduction to nutrition I put in the post, but this is where you can go and learn the basics of 2B mindset, ultimate portion fix, and Shakeology, and kind of the value of all of them. There's short, a 4-minute video, 3-minute video. It can help you decide which is going to be the better route for you. Today, we're talking a little bit more about 2B mindset. So I'm going to click on learn more there. And this brings you to the 2B mindset tab. It's like a lesson. It's like a full-on learning program. So you can learn, you start at the beginning and you work your way through. You don't overwhelm yourself. You take it piece by piece and work your way through from get started. It's truly all laid out. There's things you can print. If you don't get the guides, the paper guides, you can add those to your order, but you can print them out here. Getting started guide, click on PDF. You can print it out. You can look at it on your computer, or you can take it to like Staples or Home Depot or wherever and get it printed out, and you can get it spiral bound for like $1 or $2 more. Fabulous for opening out and being able to read easier. And the monthly tracker is so useful for writing everything down. Here's my tracker. I actually got my tracker spiral bound, but it just allows you to keep track not only of what you're eating, but your mindset, your weight loss, how you're feeling. And that's something I'm going to show you. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second. And I think, I can admit them right there. Okay, Mary Beth and Jenny, welcome. I can admit you from the screen. So I was just talking about the getting into the programs and tracking. So something I shared, we have groups for Ultimate Portion Fix and To Be Mindset to give you more information, more tools. And something I just shared in the group this week was managing PMS, because often we get to that time of the month and we're like, why isn't the scale moving? Why am I feeling bloated? Why am I having all these cravings? Well, if you track it, you track the timing, you track how you're feeling, you can often counteract, like if you typically overeat when you're having PMS, you can plan better. So you have healthier foods that kind of help you hit that craving, help your cravings at the time and be prepared for it. One of our girls, Rhonda, has figured out that she's not going to lose weight in that 3 days around when her period starts. She just has to plan accordingly, not let it get in her head. Because if you're watching that scale and you're tracking with numbers that way, it's easy to go, why isn't the scale moving? Well, if you know, oh, the scale's not going to move in those days, but if I continue as planned, it's going to go down 2 pounds after this is over. So you can keep, because mindset, you know, it's easy with any plan, with any workout, to get in your head, oh, this isn't working, this isn't effective. But if you understand how your body's working, understand where it's going, it's going to be much easier to accommodate for that. So Alana also has some tips in the videos for dealing with PMS and managing cravings and things. And then how will you use your tracker as a tool to better support your weight loss and overall health during this time of the month? So it lets you set up a plan each month. I mean, I think that's a thing we lack. Like, I go to the doctor and I'm like, I don't know. Like, do you keep track of all the things that are happening with your body day to day? Most people don't. This allows you to, and it makes you so much more in control of what's going on. Another good tracker is this goal setter worksheet, managing the 5 types of hunger. Also something that's covered in the To Be Mindset videos. Physical hunger, which is, you know, when it's actually mealtime and your stomach's grumbling. If you know what you ate and when you ate, you can kind of help figure out which of these hungers. So physical hunger will be like your stomach's grumbling and you physically feel hungry. First step with To Be Mindset, I'm hungry. Is it time to eat? First thing I do is I drink some water. Not to discount that you're actually hungry, but if you refill yourself with water before you eat, it can help you not be as hungry. It can help you eat a little less at that next meal, and it properly hydrates your body. So that half your body weight in ounces of water a day is super important. And if you follow Alana on social media, you'll see how much she emphasizes that daily as well. And a lot of people who are having great success with this program are actually drinking way more than half their body weight in ounces of water. Sense hunger. 3 of the cookies I baked for my son's class at 2 p.m. Oh, I ate 3 cookies because I smelled them and I touched them and they made me want to suddenly eat them even though I wasn't hungry. So out of sight, out of mind is very important. If there's something you know you're not going to be able to resist, don't leave it where you're going to see it every time you walk through the kitchen. It's like the candy bowl at the office. Every time you walk by, although I don't think anymore that's going to happen. Oh, one benefit of COVID, right? We're not going to have candy bowls sitting there to dig in when we're out and about. But I don't bake very often anymore because I've learned I have limited self-control when it comes to fresh baking. So you figure out what is and isn't going to work for you. Emotional hunger, that sitting on the couch watching a movie, eating popcorn. That's a lot of people. And it's often it's habitual. It's emotional and habitual, and it's what you're used to. This is just what we do. When you go away in the summer, you go to grandma's house or wherever, and you always have that giant piece of pie with whipped cream and ice cream or whatever, which is fine on occasion. We do have to go and have those fun memories and those fun things we do, but understanding if you're hungry, if it's something that, you know, you want, that's going to it's going to create great memories. But if it's something you're going to go, oh, I shouldn't have had that. Oh, I feel so sick. Oh, I'm going to beat myself up about it. That's when you have to slow down and think before you have it. So tracking and figuring out, and it can seem like extra work. It can seem like overthinking. It can seem like you're making it complicated when you start doing it, but it gets so easy. Like it becomes such second nature. I keep seeing all these things about intuitive eating on Facebook and social media and wherever right now. And this program is very intuitive eating. It's very, you kind of eat when you eat when it's the right time, and you eat the right foods because you know what you're supposed to be eating. Something I don't like about how some people describe intuitive eating is just eat whatever you feel like because your body's telling you. Well, if you're addicted to sugar and carbs, that's what you think your body's telling you to eat, but that's not what you need. So if you watch all these videos and you look, because the way it's laid out what to put on your plate. So dinner is 3/4 vegetable, 1/4 protein. Well, if I'm craving French fries, hey, my intuition's telling me I need something salty and crunchy. So maybe you air fry some other kind of some vegetable. Gives you the crunch and the salt, gives you that satisfaction, but you're still following the guidelines of your plan. So you can do the intuitive, but still follow the rules and the plan and stay with your program. So it's merging, like it's how can I make 2B work with my everyday life is kind of what I'm getting at. You have to follow the guidelines and then adjust it. And if you track it and it works for you, keep doing it. So if, there's a special, I don't know, so the plan typically says for afternoon, vegetables and a fat kind of would be the next, healthy fat will be the next step. But if you need some carbs in the afternoon and that doesn't make you gain weight and that makes you feel good, then you track it and keep doing it if it's working for you. So we're all going to be a little different in what works for us, and we just have to adjust to that. So I'm going to unshare my screen for a moment. Did that make sense? My ranting and rattling about, did anyone have any questions on that? Okay. So one of my things I've seen a nutritionist friend say is she was craving Runts candy. So she showed it in the palm of her hand and she's like, I was craving this candy, so I went and I got it. So my problem is most people, when they were craving that, would go buy a bag and they put that bag in front of them and they'd end up eating the whole bag. She didn't say in her post that she went to Sprouts, a store where we can buy stuff, or we used to be able to buy stuff out of a bin, and she got a small bag with a small serving and she went home and she ate that because she was craving it. That's great. But you have to break it down for people because people we don't understand. Like if you're craving sugar and you buy yourself a container with sugar, chances are you're going to eat way more than you should. So you have to know what your limitations are. And I think most of us went through the buying bigger packs and then dividing it up to serving size and, I'll just take what I'm going to eat. That works when you're in the right mindset. But if you're not in the right mindset, that big bag of chips or candy is going to be your downfall. So sometimes buying the small packages is a good thing. Sometimes limiting the treats for when you're out. Like when we go out to eat, I'm like, burgers, whatever. If you want burgers and fries and dessert, let's get burgers and fries and dessert because we're probably not going to have that whole shebang at home. We'll have burgers at home, but we'll have it with a salad. And the big dessert, I'm not going to make I used to buy that Costco pumpkin pie because it's like $6 and it's so good. And we ate it in probably 2 days. Those big giant birthday cakes, like I can't even tell you how fast we used to go through one of those. Don't do it. just if you know you and your family are not going to be able to resist it and it's not going to benefit you anyway, unless it's a birthday, unless you're celebrating something and you have a reason. But don't just go buy stuff because it's cheaper to buy it that way because it's extra value. I don't know if Alana addresses sugar addiction in the book. Probably. I need to really dig. It's right here. Dig into it more. I kind of skim through it because I know it. But the more times we go through these videos and read this book, the more ingrained it's going to get and easier to truly understand. So the other two things, which I'm going to share my screen again, that I wanted to discuss was the 3-day refresh and the ultimate reset. So the 3-day refresh is a 3-day plan that's based on Shakeology for breakfast along with a fruit. Mid-morning, you have a fiber sweep drink, just powder you put in your cup just to give you extra fiber and help sweep everything out. Lunch is a vanilla protein shake, a serving of fruit, a vegetable and a healthy fat. Afternoon snack is a serving of vegetables and a healthy fat. Dinner is a vegetable-based meal off the meal plan and a protein shake, vanilla protein shake. So the point is it's vegan, it's low carb, it's reduced, it's low calorie, it's like between 1,000 and 1,200 calories depending on which items you choose. So most people lose weight on it unless you are itty bitty and you're used to eating 1,200 calories a day anyways. But most people lose weight, but the big thing they lose is bloating. You lose any inflammation that you get from some of those foods that cause you problems, like no dairy and so often we don't know we have issues with foods, and that's what causes a lot of our bloating. So it's a good way to kickstart a healthy eating plan. It's a good way to get yourself back on track if you're like, you just can't stay away from sugar. You're having weird cravings. Because it's 3 days, it's doable. It's, you can typically stick with it, and we try and keep some good motivation together in a group to keep you on track. The other program that a couple people Mary Beth and I are going into is Ultimate Reset, which is a 21-day cleanse. It's a food-based cleanse. I remember when they first announced this, and I'm like, it was probably 8 years ago, and I'm like, why would I do a cleanse? I eat healthy, I exercise regularly, and I don't want to starve myself. And then I learned more about it, and then I realized I like to try everything that Beachbody puts out. So I tried it, and it was like life-changing. I learned I didn't think I could go a day without meat. It's 2/3 of it is vegan, or even more than that. It's teaches you to love vegetables. It teaches you self-control. It teaches you to plan and prep. And it teaches you to slow down and listen to your body. So it's truly one of the hardest programs to stick with, because some people have 3 days in some body pains. Like I get really bad lower back ache, which I guess is my kidneys detoxing. Chad's like, your body doesn't work like that. And he never gets any weird pains. But in my leg muscle always gets sore, and apparently that's how it works. Your body just detoxes and throws those things out. So you super hydrate and you slow down and you do yoga and you have an Epsom salt bath, and you just let your body heal from the inside out. And there's no starvation in this. Like a lot of the recipes are like a head of romaine lettuce and all this other stuff as part of a meal. So I'll actually pull those up. Share screen is right here. So back to programs. Down to Nutrition Center. So we don't have a clip up for 3-day refresh, but we do have the ultimate reset. In this self-care recipes, snack ideas, ingredient list, it gives you a shopping list for each phase. And they really haven't changed this much since it came out, because it's so effective. The supplement, you take supplements, and that's how you have to plan your meals around your supplements, because you have to have an empty stomach. You have to wait, so 2 hours after you eat before you have your next supplements, and then wait half an hour before you have your meal. So if you don't plan, it's really hard to stay on track of this one, because you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot all my supplements all day, or I forgot to eat, or you have to have 21 days where you can make this one work. But the first phase, reclaim, you fix your body chemistry. You have the greens, which are the same as the green Shakeology boost. They adapted it into that. And it's just to correct the alkalinity in your body, because most of our bodies are too acidic from all of the animal products and the alcohol and the sugars we eat. They can just tax our system and make it very alkaline, or sorry, very acidic. So you'll gradually remove red meat and dairy from your diet. Release is when you release unwanted compounds that have been holding your system back, and you have it's not a fiber sweep, it's it's got a lot of fiber in it to keep your body moving in week 2, and you have that 3 times a day. But a thing with most cleanses is you do a lot of running to the bathroom. In this program, you don't do any of that. It's kind of, any weight loss you have is usually gradual throughout the program. And then restore, you correct all the digestive microflora. You have some supplements with prebiotics and probiotics to just correct the digestive enzymes and help your body work at optimal performance. So week 3 is low protein, super high vegetable and fruit intake. So you have like your veggie dish with a side of veggies and sometimes another side of veggies. It's really fun telling my family what's for dinner in that week. And then Isabel is Carl, the CEO, Carl's wife, and she helped design Shakeology and Daily Sunshine and this program, and that's just her specialty. She's all about naturally healing the body. And then Darren, and actually, fun fact, there's a Netflix show right now with Zac Efron and Darren O'Lean, and he goes around with Zach. It's kind of fun to watch. We're like, hey, I know him. But he takes Zach to all of his places where, some of the places where he gets the foods for Shakeology too. And then B is the yoga. We have a yoga program designed to go with this, which I don't know how I'm going to do that. Cleanse versus detox. So there's more and more video, how to prepare for a cleanse, how to meal prep for the ultimate reset, cleanse versus detox. So I would not say to hop right into a cleanse or a detox. You have to be mentally prepared, because I'm in like the group and I see posts every so often from people doing this, and some people 5 days in go in because they're like, I'm doing this to lose weight. That is usually a positive side effect. You lose some weight because you lose that inflammation and you lose any buildup in your body. And I mean, sometimes the inflammation's like in different parts of our bodies too, not just in our belly. So just saw Mary Beth's comment. Don't choke on the greens. We put the greens in water. We don't pour them in our mouth. So, which Mary Beth did that last week. And she learned a lesson that we have all learned too. So this program, I recommend it to everyone who's looking to vastly improve their nutrition. I think especially as we hit our mid to late 40s, our bodies start doing weird things. And for me, losing the belly fluff is getting harder. So I'm interested to see if this time's any different than when I've done it in the past. I have put on so much muscle from MBF and MBFA that I'm excited to uncover what's underneath, because I can't seem to focus it in enough, but it's because I'm not tracking 100%. You know, we've figured out what's happening. Like watching Erin got her fabulous results in that video, the interview I did with her, and then our call 2 weeks ago, she is still following the plan. That's why she lost that weight. That's why she's keeping it off. She is being consistent. She got her mindset right, and she's nailing it. I think once you follow a plan for a long time, though, it's so easy to start, oh, that doesn't cause any problems when I do it, and that doesn't cause any problems when I do it. So you just cheat more. And they're little cheats. They're like little tiny things, but that's the difference between seeing the ultimate results and being healthy. I mean, there's no doubt everyone in here is healthy, exercising regularly, eating well, but it just depends what your goals are. Like right now, for day to day, I'm feeling great. I eat 95% of the time, like super, super healthy. So I feel good, have good energy. But every so often it's like, how far can where do I want to go? Like what are my goals right now? And sometimes it's just showing it can be done, right? Showing people who come to see us, what are the limitations? Well, age isn't the limitation. I mean, we've got more and more of our longtime Beachbody coaches are hitting 50 now. I can find you so many people who are 50 and in crazy, amazing shape. So it's really fun to see. Although some people, I thought they were the same age as me, and I'm like, you're just turning 40? I'm older than I think I am. That was Jenny, one of our classmates, I can't remember who it was saying, oh my gosh, I'm 46, I'm so old, or 47. And I'm like, whoa, because that means I'm old too, so stop it. We keep ourselves young. So did anyone have any questions? I know there's people who are starting the 3-day refresh on the 21st. I am probably actually gonna have to start the Ultimate Reset a couple days before, although it's so we can go camping in October, but to be honest, I really don't think the mountains are gonna be opening back up because they're all burning down right now. It's really sad. But we have these like backpacks and lightweight sleeping bags, and we have our food already. It's so sad. But we're safe and healthy, so it's just what 2020 keeps throwing at us, right? I am going to stop sharing